Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, my YouTube family, whenever you're watching this video. Please do me a favor and like the video for me. Um, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. To my subscribers, thank you for hanging in here with me and praying for me. I really appreciate it. This is just a quick little note to say thank you to all of you. The only reason why I won't mention names because I'll forget, because so many of you have reached out to me during my father's passing. It's still fresh, so I can't really talk about it um, without becoming too emotional. So, um, the greatest thing about it is that I was there with him, um, and I told him I loved him, and I prayed that everything I did for him was okay, even though sometimes I was frustrated, and he was too. But I prayed that I did good by him as far as his health was concerned. But I wanted to thank you guys for just your prayers and your love, um, your unconditional love, and the respect you had for me and my father while he was here on earth, especially being a part of YouTube with me, a little bit. Um, there's a void, and I, you'll always have that void, but this void is different because my father was my life for 7 years. I took care of him for 7 years. So you can say everything that entailed me or had anything to do with me was wrapped around the things that my father needed. And so I gave of myself to be here for him, not put him in a home, not to throw him away. And I don't want to say it like that because sometimes for many people that's the only option for them. But from my experiences in watching not funeral homes, nursing home, the ones that I've went to visit other people, I just couldn't see my father being in that situation, um, being alone and scared in there, and they're not really attending to him because of the fact that, number one, they're understaffed, and, you know, it's overwhelming when you've got so many patients that are mental and are bedridden, and they aren't able to get the proper care that they need. So I made that decision to stop working and to take care of him. So um, that's been the whole aspect of my life as far as 7 years of my life. In my heart, I don't regret it. As difficult as it was, I don't regret it. Because number one, um, he didn't pass away somewhere in a room, by himself where he knew no one or anything like that. Um, he was in his hospital bed here at the house in his bedroom. Um, and um, mm, I didn't say I was going to do this. Um, and he had at least one of his children around him, comforting him in that process, letting him know that I loved him, that I loved him greatly. Um, of course, when you're going through that and you see something of that nature happen, um, it's like I lost all sight of my emotions, and I just begged him not to go. When you leave, I'm alone. Please don't leave me, Daddy. Just stay here with me. But I know better. And what people tell us all the time, God was sick of his suffering and he was tired um, of dealing with the issues he was dealing with. But he did notice, because before he took his last breath, he did know that I did love him. I loved him deeply. And after I told him I loved him deeply and forgive me and I hope I did all I could for you, he drifted to sleep. He drifted off to sleep, and I screamed and I yelled, "Please, Daddy, please." But at that point, it was no good. But anyway, I'm trying to regain the strength to move forward in my life, to make those next steps that I need to make in my life. It hasn't been those many years um, since I've been on my own, so to speak, because of the fact that I moved back here to take care of him. So it's almost as if I'm starting over fresh, starting brand new. And at 60, that's scary. Um, but I thank God I was here for my father. I thank God for my YouTube family. I thank God for new subscribers. I thank you so much for your prayers and your words of encouragement, and sticking with me. It wasn't my first thought process or thought going through all this stuff, but I said I have to sit down and make a video and just thank the people and to let them know that I'm still here before I lose subscribers. You guys know how that works on YouTube. But I'm grateful. I am so thankful. I'm humbled by many of you. Um, you touched me in a way that I didn't think I could be touched because I've always kept this guard up for the sake of taking care of my father. I didn't want to seem weak around him when I knew he was suffering. So I always kept my guard up and I kept my heart protected. And I guess at the moment that he was passing away, I allowed my heart to feel. So um, don't take this the wrong way when I say I'm good with it. Because I do understand the suffering he went through. And I do understand the fear and all of the other issues that he was dealing with. It, as you guys say, he's in a better place. Um, and even though we understand that, and even though we believe that concept, it still hurts because that fleshly image is no longer there with you. Who you said and talked with things about, laughed and joked and just giving him baths and laughing and all that kind of stuff and making sure he was healthy and clean, all that. And the funny part about it is, at the moment that you're doing it, it's such a task. It's a task, and it almost just wears your body out, literally, and wears your emotions, your mind, your spirit, your soul. It it just gets worn, especially because of the dementia. Um, but then when it's gone, it's like, and I know this might not make sense. If it could get him back, I would take it all. I would do it all again. I would change diapers. I would change sheets. I would feed him anything, to have him back. And that's sincerely from my heart, because I do miss him. I miss him greatly because it's as if once he passed, my mother passed 10 years ago. Once he passed, um, I knew that was it as far as family was going to be. I knew that. And one thing that was really amazing to me and it came back to my remembrance about 20 years ago, um, I was visiting a church and they had an evangelist there, and I can't remember her name. But I was sitting in the back of the church and she called me out. And as I stood, she began to minister to me regarding my father. Now, why all this came back to me now, you know, well, I know it makes sense, but she said my father would be saved and my father and I would be closer than we ever were because I desire that relationship with my father. The thing that's it's kind of amazing is we never know what it takes or how God answers that question, answers that prayer, or when He's speaking that word into you, what that actually entails. But it took my father's illness, you know, for us to bond because I was here with him 24/7, and we got to have like the father and son relationship that we didn't have in the past. So that was brought back to my remembrance that this woman had prayed for me and she told me about my father and him being saved and God was going to bring us closer together and all of that. So I thank God because her word came true. That is what happened. We were brought together. Um, we were almost bonded. deeper than most sons and father relationships. And I guess it's because we had time to sit down and really talk about some things regarding life and, the things he was dealing with regarding his health. Excuse me, I'm tired. Because now I'm cleaning up things around the house because I'm going to sell the house. So I've got to throw a whole lot of stuff away and all of that. But I thank God for you, Lady Nika, Onsite April, Tracy, Deanna, Miss Gifted and Anointed, Lionheart. And I promise I wasn't going to do this because I forget somebody's names. What I'll have to do is come back and redo it. The names. Bless Watkins. Um, did I say Lady Nika? Yeah. Um, Quiet Storm is what Drawed Girl. Um, those people who call me out. Brianna, Simone, thank you. Um, Food Junkie, thank you. uh, for sending people my way to just pray for me or to be an encouragement for me. Boss Lady New Jersey, thank you. Um, Love Your Love 50, thank you. Um, and there are so many others. And I wanted to stop and make a list. I thought I was going to sit here and just do a whole thank you everybody, but these guys ministered to me during that time through via email or whatever. Um, and then made the transition for me a little easier because when people care about you, no matter how much you're doing the beefing, no matter how much you're attacking each other or what's going on, those people stopped long enough to just acknowledge um, the passing of my father and my hurt. And I thank you. That was so selfless of you, and I thank you. I really do thank you. I appreciate that more than you can ever know at a time when I was just broken, and I'm still broken. But during that process, I was just broken, and I couldn't grasp, you know, death and all of this other things, and my life and all of that. What's going to happen to my life? But there was the solace that you guys gave me through your prayers, and I think two or three of you cash apped me, so I thank you for that. God bless you for that. Drunk Meat, thank you for reaching out to me. And I'll get the other people once I can get down and go down my list. But I wanted to thank you guys, and I wanted to honor you guys for your love and for your support. Quentin, thank you. It's so many. I think I said Deanna. I've got to make a list and come back. But I know Lady Nika, Tracy, Droid Girl, um, Miss Gifted Hands and Anointed, Quiet Storm, the Church Lady. There's so many people. But I'm coming back, hopefully, in this new direction I plan to go with my channel, and I pray I don't lose anybody in this particular area as I move to a newer venture, so to speak. I'll still be part of this beef sector because that's where I am. But I'm going into a phase of spiritual renewing your spirit and restoring your spirit and restoring the joy that God gave me or God gave us. And not only restoring it, but walking in it, living in it. Um, because at one time I was there, I want to be so engulfed with God. Because the enemy, the first thing the enemy does, so you pray for your father, you pray for your loved one, and they still died and they still passed away. And you have to rebuke those thoughts and replace those thoughts with the memories and the things that God allowed to happen for our family, how He blessed us, and how He just did a lot of things that our family needed at particular times. Um, so I truly do thank you. I wish I can get all my names together, but I can't. But I hope you guys are still with me, and you will stay with me as I go on this spiritual journey, the spiritual journey of understanding, walking in the Spirit, um, being led by the Spirit, knowing when to hear when the voice of the Lord speaks to you, or when the Holy Ghost begins to minister through you. I hope to walk in that and really engulf myself in that because I've always believed in the spiritual aspects of who we are. Um, but there comes a times when you can't just speak it; you have to live it, and it has to really be a part of you. And so, I think the most important thing for me to do at this point is get my foot back on that spiritual foundation, so I can do the things I need to do, um, and to become not a beacon, become an example or a light to other people. I mean, and not just those who've lost loved ones, but to those who are just going through situations. You know, it's okay to cry. The tears will be there. It's okay to be frustrated, angry, or whatever, whatever, whatever. But I found out in my process in dealing with those issues and dealing with them and not letting them sit up and build, I was able to do the things I needed to do along with your prayers. I really was. So blessed. Thank you. So bomb. I don't know why I'm trying to name all these names and I'm not going to get them all. Um, but I just wanted to stop and say thank you, um, from the bottom of my heart, and getting things done around the house that needs to be done. And I want to acknowledge you guys for being oh so sweet to me. The cash apps, you sweet to me, and you honored me while I was going through this. I can never forget that. But anyway, I know this video. You know, we get likes, dislikes, or whatever, and views. I don't know. I ask God to set His anointing up on this, so I can go to the next step or to the next level, and all of that. But I really do appreciate you. I really do, and I admonish all of you to really, if you have loved ones or people in your life that you love, um, tell them you love them or just care on them, love on them. Thank God I was able to do that to Daddy, because once they're gone, it's like there's nothing you can do to change or take anything back or do something that you would have done, but you let it go too late. So I thank you. I thank God for you. Um, and I just wanted to tell you that, while my face is dry, it's puffy and it's swollen, and, the tears have come, but I just wanted to take a moment to stop and thank you, um, for your love, for your even your grace and your patience, and the condolences, the sweet words. They meant a lot to me. And many of you actually brought tears to my eyes because I never realized that my existence on YouTube or my existence in this particular area would minister to people or cause comfort for them or bring peace into their lives or peace into their situations just by me coming here. And so that makes it even more worthy for me to push forward here on YouTube. Um, but I just wanted to stop and say thank you. And I appreciate you. And my eyes are getting waters because I don't want to get into the whole thing. But I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. That's a sincere love. Um, it's not. I'm not at the place where I'm wanting to get into all this negative stuff because, as I told you guys months and months ago, it was going to get dark, and that's happened. I told you months and months ago, people who had alliances with different people, they were going to go break up. And so it's like, God, now you show me all that for whatever reason. And you have been confirming that. Um, but I need him to order my steps in his word so that I can make the right decisions and move into the path that he has laid before me. And that's what I'm trying to do. So thank you guys. Forgive me how I look. I really do love you guys. And I promise I'll be back with commentary. I just pray it's something that will minister to you, help you, enlighten you, or just bring you joy, or give you something else to think about on certain subjects and certain topics. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I appreciate you. I love you. Um, I honor you and I admire you. Know that I love you. Please know that from the bottom of my heart. But God loves you so much more. Please like the video for me. Please subscribe if you like. Please share. And I will see you guys later. I'm doing some stuff around the house. And throwing stuff away and boxing stuff and all of that. But you be safe, be prayerful, but most of all, be loved. God bless you.